At the start of Football Manager 2024, you will find Luka Vuskovic in Hajduk's split under-19 squad, but he won't be there for long as he has a future transfer to Tottenham on the 1st of July 2025. He is 16 years old, valued at £6 to £17.5 million. Looking at his positional play, he's a centre-back who can move forwards into defensive midfield territory, but is preferred as a centre-back. Looking at the attributes, his physical game is really good, with strength, stamina, jumping reach and natural fitness all standing out. In the mentals, he has good anticipation, bravery, determination, flair, and in the technicals, he has good first touch, heading, passing, penalty taking, tackling and technique. He doesn't come with any player traits at the start of the game, but he is 6'4", so he's going to be great at defending corners and free kicks, whilst he also might contribute at the other end of the pitch. He is one that he's going to need developing, and it'll be interesting to see how he turns out once he joins a big team in Tottenham. So let's jump forwards 5 years and see what happens to him in 2028. It's now 2028, we have pushed forwards 5 years, and we find Luka Vuskovic is still at Tottenham, well, in Tottenham's under-21s. He is 21 years old, has played 16 times for Croatia, and he's now valued at £12 to £36 million. Looking at the player development, it seems to be a slow development for Vuskovic. I thought he might have looked a bit better than he does at this point of his career, but looking at those attributes, strength is the standout in terms of the physicals, but he also scores highly for stamina, jumping reach and natural fitness. In the mentals, positioning is 16, then he scores 15 for determination, 14 for anticipation and flair, and in the technicals, heading of 14, first touch of 12, marking of 13, tackling of 12 and technique of 12. His player trait is runs with the ball rarely. In terms of his career stats, to see how he has got to here, so after he made his move to Tottenham, he didn't actually break into the first team straight away. They sent him out on loan to the Championship, where he would play 46 times in his first season at Sheffield United, and since being back at Tottenham has only made 5 further first appearances for the first team. In terms of his profile then, he is starting to develop, but I think first team football is really what he needs at this stage of his career. So will he make a move and go somewhere else to get it, or will he stick at Tottenham? What will he look like in 2033? It's now 2033 and we find Luka Vuskovic is at Red Bull Leipzig. He's 26 years old, has played 35 times for Croatia, and he's valued at 15 to £45 million. Looking at his player development, it seems that he had to get away from Tottenham to try and develop, but he hasn't developed as much as I thought he would. In the physicals, jumping reach and strength are his standouts. In the mentals, positioning, determination, bravery, work rate and vision, and then in the technicals, heading, marking, passing, tackling still of only 12. If we look at his playing stats to see how he has got to Red Bull Leipzig, when we left him at Tottenham, he went out further on loan at Strasbourg, played a season in Ligue 1, playing 31 games. He then went back to Tottenham where he played in 15 games, and then he made a free transfer move to Red Bull Leipzig where he only played 10 games in his first season. So it seems a lack of first team football has held him back a bit, but what will he look like in 5 years' time? Can he be a late bloomer and really see some progress in his development? It's now 2038 and we find Luka Vuskovic has moved to Benfica. He's 31 years old and has played 80 times for the Croatian national team. He's valued at £20 to £60 million, and looking at his attributes, he has now started to kick on a little bit in terms of his physical progression. In the rest of it though, the technicals and mentals have kind of been steady across his entire career. His personality of a perfectionist probably would have helped him get that last bit of development out of him, and his media description is just a centre-back. If we look at his playing career to see how he has got on in terms of first team football, so he actually left Red Bull Leipzig to go on loan at Inter Milan for 1 season where he played 29 games, and that kick-started his first team experience. He went back to Leipzig, played 34 times, 31 times, before playing 19 times in the 36-37 season, and that prompted Benfica to pay £29.5 million to pick him up, and he has played 33 times in the first team at Benfica. Looking at some of the milestones across his career then in terms of competitions, they have been runners-up quite a bit in the Taça de Portugal placard. They were winners. Allianz Cup runners-up, Super Taça runners-up, the DFB Pokal runner-up. He did win a Supercoppa Italiana whilst he was at Inter Milan, Conference League whilst at Tottenham. Croatia, first international goal at 18 and first international cap at 18, and whilst he was at Hajduk Split he had a few minor successes there. In terms of awards for personal things, seasonal best 11s, he was named in Croatia's seasonal best 11. He was Portuguese Premier League Team of the Week quite a lot. Was named in Leipzig's seasonal best 11 there too. He was Bundesliga Players Team of the Year in 36, Bundesliga Team of the Year in 36. He was named in Croatia's best 11 quite a lot. Bundesliga Team of the Week, Serie A Team of the Week for his time in Italy. So he has managed to get himself in the Team of the Week for his performances, got himself a few personal winners' medals too, has had a career that's seen him go from Tottenham to Inter to Leipzig to Benfica, and I think he's probably now at the peak of his powers, so we're going to leave his career there. And I do think that with more first team football in the first half of his career, he could have been even better. Right then, if you're still with me at this point of the video, firstly, a big thank you. Secondly, if you don't mind hitting the like button and the subscribe so you won't miss out on any of the content that is coming your way. Now that FM24 is out and available, there will be plenty more videos like this. And on the channel, there is already some hints, tips, tutorials, wonderkids, let's plays, a little bit of something for everybody on the channel. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. Big thank you for watching. See you on another video very soon.